to the TheStoneRanger, just sharpening my chisel up. I'm going to try and get this Everton carving finished. But before I do, just finish this chisel, I want to show you this. So, I've been talking about this laminated piece of slate. I've been laminating it on that piece of Derbyshire stone, ready for the tomorrow night. Well, not tomorrow night football tomorrow, but ready for the next carving, my anniversary carving. That light behind is awful. Never realised how bad it was. Anyway, we are carving tonight Everton. We're going to finish it. So hopefully there's a few of you around. And we'll do our best. Get my safety specs on. We'll see what we can do. Safety specs are chilly. First time I felt them chilly this year. Wait for a few of you to come on before I start chatting too much. See what other football teams we get on the chat tonight. Do I said to myself, clean out your chisels before you start. I'm looking for the half bull nose, and I didn't do it. No, I can't find it. Never mind, eh? Just when you need it as well. Carving on that S. So who's in the chat tonight? Who have we got on? See if it was popular last night. I know not everyone's an Everton fan, but we had 80 odd thumbs up. I mean, that was incredible last night. Really happy with that. It's that's going to take some beating. Not tonight, anyway. I'm not going to do it tonight, but it was nice to see so many people on. So I was hoping to be doing my anniversary carving tonight, but I've been buying a bit of new equipment for the channel. I've been buying a lot of new equipment for the channel, actually. The time has finally come. Kids were back to college today for the first time, so I've been a bit of college runs and mucking around, and I've been polishing slate, getting it ready for tomorrow. And it was a bit of a rush to get it. The time I'd cook some food for everybody, we'll take it in turns to cook. The time I'd take it in turns to cook for everyone, for me to get it ready and shaped out. I didn't want to rush it. And to be honest with you, it's a good thing, because this would have just got put to one side for a few days. And it's nice just to, let's just get it done. Let's get it done and let's get it shipped. Toffees, yeah. Bread. Hello, bread. Is you're the first people in the chat. Can you tell me if everything's working okay? I've got some gold stars there, look. Everyone seems happy with that. If you're happy, thumbs up. We've got to get them thumbs up. Yesterday, I broke my record. So I always aim to get 10 likes, 10 thumbs up on the stream, on the live stream. Anything over 10, I'm really happy with. And yesterday, our record is 53, and yesterday we made it up to 82. If you can help me get past 10, that'd be incredible. Liverpool is blue. I feel bad. I'm going to have to carve a Liverpool one. I got a lot of Liverpool fans last night giving me a little stick. So get that out there straight away. I'm not an Everton fan. I'm a Chesterfield fan. This is a commission for somebody. And I was saying last night a few times, I don't dislike Everton. I don't really have the feeling, but I quite like Sean Dyche, because he's used to play for Chesterfield, and that's really the only reason. But no, I'm not an Everton fan. But I am carving a Liverpool one soon. So if you're a Liverpool fan and you want to see your team's crest carved in stone, hit the subscribe button and you'll see it come to life very soon. Yes, please. What's going to happen? Cardiff. If somebody wants a Cardiff one, we'll do a Cardiff one. Eventually, I'd love to over the next, however long it takes me. I'm not going to put a time limit on that. I'd like to do every team in the Premier League. I've not started bold with teams in the Premier League because, I mean, truth be told, this could be the best championship. These could be have the best stadium in the championship next year. I've done a Man United. I've done a couple of Man United ones, and I mean, they could. They're playing awful. But hopefully, this carving gives Everton a little bit of good luck. Soldier Boy, hello, Soldier Boy. Just makes me want to do that dance. It's a delicate little operation. This 9 thumbs up already. Thank you. It's the aim is 10. Last night was 83. Incredible. I mean, that's going to seriously take some breaking. We're going to need a lot of Everton fans in the chat. Do these take a long time? 6 hours, start to finish. So yesterday morning, this piece of stone was a block of stone. I made the stencil, shaped it out, polished it all on the top, a little bit cleaned up to do around the edges still, marked it on, and then yesterday we carved this last night live with 8,000 people in total tuned in. So if you're an Everton fan, yeah, definitely. This is what you need to buy. Thumbs up, that's what you need. Couldn't have picked a better badge. This is for you. This is bringing Sean Dyche a bit of luck that he's going to turn it around. I mean, he's got England's #1 in goal. Yeah, I'm not an Everton fan. I've said that so many times over the last 2 days. Chesterfield fan, but Sean Dyche used to play for Chesterfield, so don't mind sending him a bit of good luck. Not sure the Liverpool fans in the chat would agree with me. Greetings from the Netherlands. Greetings. How is life in the Netherlands? I love the fact that we've got 11 thumbs up already. Absolutely love that. That makes YouTube think we're doing a good job. How much would this cost? £200. It's carved from, we can see it's carved by hand by me. Solid piece of Derbyshire stone. Cut and shaped by me yesterday morning. If you go on the channel, you'll see a couple of little shorts of me doing it. It's like 250 videos on the channel of me doing all sorts of stonework. So you can see it's all legit. They cost £200. Some teams cost a little bit more. I mean, we were having a chat about the Newcastle badge last night. When you look at that, some detail on that Newcastle badge. Ipswich is coming up very soon. Couple of reasons. It's my father-in-law's team, and he's just had some. He's in hospital. He's not having the best of a time of it. The father-in-law, so, and he has requested one, so we're going to make that happen. Trump 2004. Oh, to say Trump. I mean, 2024. I mean, that's expensive for me to be able to do that. Would that be shipped to the States? Oof. What happens if you don't win? So somebody asked me, wishing the tractor boy well. Wishing the tractor boy well. Weirdly, I actually had a dream about a tractor last night. Weird you should say that. What's my favourite Pokemon? As a kid, I always wanted that Charizard card. I don't know. I always like the ones that were a little bit underrated. I liked Bulbasaur as a kid. Been a long time. Or the one that was like a mole. I used to like drawing that as a kid. Shipped to Canada with Daniel. I mean, if you've been serious, you'll have to send me a message to. You'd have to send me a message on my email address. Unfortunately, the moderator's not on this evening to drop my email address in there, but it is TheStoneRanger08 at gmail.com. If you've been serious, send me a message and I'll price it up for you. These are masonry chisels. So tungsten tipped. They come from Italy, shipped into a British company called Southern Stone Limited, who I purchased them from. I mean, I'll just grab a few. There's a lot. I've got a lot of them. Great chisels. If you're in the market for any chisels, and they do ship to the States at a decent price, there's actually a discount code on my channel for these chisels. These exact chisels I use, and they last a long time. This hammer, my original hammer, 600-gram dummy hammer, I bought this 8 years ago. The only thing I've done to it is put a bit of glue in the end. We had a hot summer, and the shaft, it just got a little bit loose, so I just re-glued it. What kind of stone is it? Ryan's on. Evening, Ryan. This is Derbyshire Gritstone. It's lovely stone to work with. This is not a bad example of it, actually. This is it's good stone. I really enjoy working with this stone. Ryan's joined at the same time as last night, really, when people are saying how much are things and requesting information. It's exactly the same thing as he did last night. As it goes a bit crazy. It is. It's for Everton football team. It's a UK team which is in the Premier League, which is top flight football. A few people will say it's they're not going to be there for long, but it's early days. It's not my team, but anything can happen. They survived last year. Yeah, Everton. Anyone who's from Liverpool in the chat who supports Liverpool will not be a fond fan of Everton. Evening, Bri. Got to 14 thumbs up. We'll take that. Did the polishing kit come? I must not forget to drink my cup of tea. I've got a real bad habit of letting my cup of tea go cold. 15 thumbs up. Wow, flying. Absolutely motoring. And it's nice to see 2 channel members in the chat already. We had a new channel member yesterday. Connor became a channel member. Yeah, well, I mean, we could buy a laser. We could. Hey, if it was good enough for the 10 Commandments this way, it's good enough for me. Nice. That is some Freemason. Weird you should say that. I'm actually, someone's requested I carve the Freemason logo. What chance have Everton got against Villa at the weekend? I'm sure someone said last night it's Villa. Don't hold me to that, but I'm sure they said they're playing Villa at the weekend. Yeah, definitely wear a mask. Always wear a mask when you're sanding and polishing. Definitely. I mean, that slate is unbelievable. Unbelievable. That stuff. Slate dust will go everywhere and anywhere. Definitely. You'll know that when you blow your nose afterwards. And it's so easy, getting used to. You got to get used to them grinders and them polishing pads. Like you say, it's so easy to get a dip in the middle. So easy. It's just practice. How much for a piece like this? How much does this cost? How long does this take? And how much does this cost? I've got 2 comments I'm reading at the same time. £200 and about 6 hours, start to finish. Wow, 19 thumbs up. Well, yeah, I see what you're saying. Some people tell me that's cheap. Some people tell me it's expensive, and some people tell me it's bang on. So it's that's what they are at the moment. For £200, I don't really take too many commissions on anymore. This is a hobby. Every now and again, I'll say, yeah, I'll do that, or I'll do this, and I'll do that, just to keep a few coppers in the bank for buying more equipment for YouTube. Really, I've just purchased a new laptop with my YouTube money. What's up? It's so yeah, that's what it's for. Our laptop I had was really struggling to keep up with me making videos. I've eked it out. I mean, I've been sticking a plaster on it for, truth be told, 2 years. But it's also a great laptop. I've had it 2 years. I've been struggling with it for 2 years because when just was never up to the job. Really, was never up to the videos. So I've been trying to eke it out. So done a factory reset on it and let my youngest son have it, who's started college today. I offered it to my daughter, but she wasn't too bothered. She's getting an iPad, so she's going for that. So he's had it and he's made up with it, and I've had a new one, which will help me make better quality videos. Have I done a Celtic one? No, not yet. Yeah, well, subscribe. That'd be great. If you could also stick a thumbs up on this live, that'd be even more great. And what else you could do for me? Well, what else you can do while you're there? Have a look at the videos. There's like 250 videos on there. Have a look around. See if you get inspired to have a go at carving, and if you do, send me some pictures of the stuff you get up to. Trying to keep up with it. Oh yes, not done any from the German league, the Bundesliga. That'd be exciting, wouldn't it? I'm gonna carve one for my daughter, a lot smaller one. She loves a bit of a surprise. The Boston Bruins. Oh, Celtic patterns. Yeah, I have done. Yeah, I have. I've done a few actually. I've done. Graham, a guy who's on the channel, drew some patterns up and we carved them. And then we also did Milan. He's a good shout. We also did some. I did a three-string Celtic lattice knot with a poem inside. That wasn't on a live, but there is some pictures of it on the channel. So have a look at that. Light the map. Wow, that's deep. St. John's. Look like a smurf. I remember that. I was actually making worktops. I've got a picture of that. 64 people watching right now. Out of them 64 people, how many of them can I tempt you in to sticking a thumbs up on the live? I don't know if I'm right or not, but I seem to think it's a good idea to get people to stick a thumbs up on the live because I think it makes YouTube think I'm doing a good job. Am I right? I'm just asking you to trick YouTube, really. My favourite team is Chesterfield. I'm a Chesterfield fan, and we're in League Two, which doesn't sound that impressive, but we've been in the National League for quite a while now. We won against Grimsby at the weekend. I think puts us 6th in the league. But yeah, check it out. Check out the channel. And have you got a channel doing your leather work? If so, I'll take a look at that. Yeah, it's like I was just saying a minute ago, there's like 250 videos now, which is crazy. Some videos of me doing tutorials, some videos of me just showing you some of the projects I'm working on from start to finish. Some videos of me reviewing some of the tools I use, reviewing some of the tools you can buy, like carving kits for like 12.5 quid, seeing if they're up to scratch. And to be honest with you, they are. And they hang around on my workbench still. And this is 6 months later. I still use them every now and again. Not very often, but every now and again. They're a great kit to start off with. How to practice your carving. I think this is an underrated video. I know I'm saying that about a video I've made, but people will say to me, I'm struggling to find stone. I'm struggling to find it to carve. There's a video on my channel of how to make yourself a slab of stone, a plaque, a tablet, whatever you want to call it, using cement, like pre-mixed cement from Tarmac. Really cheap, and you get a few out of it. That video, I'm surprised did not do better because it's a great way to practice your carving. Right, I'm going to swig of my tea because I'll forget otherwise. More men like me. Well, I don't think my wife would agree with that because I've just been cooking, and she says, how do I manage to use so many pots and make such a mess? It's like a skill. Sure, my dad's the same. My dad's extremely messy. Talking of dads, there's going to be an extremely happy dad, I reckon. So this has been commissioned by his daughter as a present. He does know nothing about this. Big Everton fan. I think he'll be happy. Well, I hope he'll be happy. If he's an Everton fan, you'd think he'd be happy. Got some sad news. Come to the end of my days off tonight. Back to work in the morning. I've had 3 days off, and it has been lovely. It's just gone so quick. I want to retire. I love my job, I generally do. But I love pottering around the house. I love mucking around in the garden. I love carving the stone. I've got a great job. I should not whinge because I do have a great job. Being a park ranger is super cool. I like being at home. Turning pens in the shed. That reminds me, you've not sent me a price. Wow, that one looks a reader. Hello from Boston. Having trouble getting crisp letters in Bluestone. Bluestone in Boston. Is that Boston in the States? Or Boston, Lincolnshire? I'm guessing the States. Well, getting crisp, so it's all about holding the chisel at the right angle. Oh yeah, so the States. So holding the chisel at the right angle is going to be your biggest stone. It's not the best stone with the sound of it for starting on. You want to, if you can, get something else to start on and then hone your skills, then go back to the blue. You will be able to do it. Another thing with the tough stone like that stone, you've got to keep them chisels sharp, really sharp. And if it's crisp going along, say if I'm going along here, let me swap chisel. Oh, don't chuck it because I need it. It'll end up in the pile. So if I swap chisel to this 6mm chisel here, this is something I taught myself a long time ago, which really helps. So I'm holding the chisel, I'm holding it flat. I can feel against the stone here on my wrist. A little bit of pressure on my thumb, so I'm gripping it, but it's been able to move. So feeling it here, I'm using that wrist, just that wrist action. I'm going around the corner, but this is a bit holding it still, but it's the hammer. So I'm doing it very lightly, but imagine I'm doing it heavier or a bigger hammer. I'm not thinking about the hammer. The hammer's got to be the continuous blows. If them blows are inconsistent, so if I go a big blow and then a small and then a light blow and then a big blow, I'm going to get different groove marks. And if that's going to be the same in the stone, I need these to be consistent. So they're moving along. Otherwise it's going to dig in. And with tough stone, it's got really got to be smooth, otherwise you're just chasing your tail all the time. Holding the angle of the chisel, you want that V shape, and just consistent blows. Once you've got the shape, let it glide round. So I would say practice the angle of your chisel, sharp chisel, practice the angle, and just forget about the hammer. It's just got to be consistent. Don't think, right, it's got to be the same. It's like playing darts. It's got to be the same rhythm. It's just muscle memory. Just keep going the same. Don't change the way you swing it, unless obviously I'm moving here, tapping this different to as if I would be here. It's wider, or I'm going up here, it's going to be completely different as I'm coming along here. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to do a new tutorial video. So that my two I've done, what have been successful on the channel, are a few years old now, and I'm better at making videos, I like to think. So I'm going to remake them. So hopefully you'll be able to get some more advice on there. But yeah, angle of chisel, consistent blows with the hammer, Don't change where you're holding it on the shaft. Keep it in one place. Make sure you're using the right weight, and keep the chisel sharp. If you want to send me some pictures of how it's going, and so I can see where you're struggling, send them in to the TheStoneRanger. So one of the guys who are channel members, Brian, if he knows it, or Connor, you might have seen it last couple of days. I'm not sure if Ryan's still on. Could you drop in the email address? So it's TheStoneRanger 08@gmail.com. Drop it in the chat for me, and then hopefully we'll be able to help out. How much would that a Rotherham FC? I think I'm not sure there's too much detail in the Rotherham one. I don't think so. It'll be about £200. This one's £200. I think it's similar. When we're doing the Newcastle, Liverpool, the ones with a bit more detail in there, they're going to be slightly more detail. I mean, the Fulham one looks great. This looks easy. The Chesterfield one I did was a breeze, an absolute breeze. I really, really enjoyed it. So I did it on one full live stream for 6.5 hours, raising money for charity for the Ernie Moss Foundation. We raised £700, which was incredible. And I really, really enjoyed that. There was something nice about carving that because it's my team, but also for charity. But it's just a nice crest to carve. The shape of it is that traditional shield. We've got different layers. I moved a lot of material and put a textured background on. If you get a chance to join the channel, hit subscribe, have a look back, see if you can see any little shorts or any little pictures in the community tab. You can have a look on Instagram. Yeah, £200. Yeah, £200. This is the bit. So somebody asked me a minute ago, and it's some people say that's expensive. Some people say, wow, that's cheap. And some people say it's just right. I feel like Goldilocks when people ask me how much they are. Yeah, that porridge is, that's how I feel like Goldilocks. Back again. You must subscribe to the channel because I mean you are persistent and consistent with the stuff you put in there. For loads of ways, he'd be bad to have as a granddad, but your inheritance is ruined because they bulldozed his house, so you're not getting any of that. Both. I'm cheating. So Tornado Chase is not here. Just let me just try this. There we go. Hopefully, Connor's going to get a notification. Where's Tornado Chaser? He'd have been all over that, Tornado Chaser. I think he's busy this evening. Hopefully you got that. Did you get that notification, Connor? Hopefully that should help out with that. Don't know if you have to accept it or how it works, but hopefully that should sort it. I'm not really sure what people are trying to achieve with that, really. Tornado Chaser tried to explain to me. Perfect. That's weird seeing another name in blue. Getting to that time where I'm going to have to move the camera. I'm getting close on the letters now. Do you know, I had a really good idea. So do you know how I've bought myself down a couple of Hazy Janes while I've been carving a few nights? Not tonight. It's I bought a Yorkshire tea. But I have bought a couple of Hazy Janes down with me for a couple of nights the last couple of weeks. And a Green Mountain. And I had this idea I should contact. Can't find these chisels on eBay. Well, what you want to, if it's these ones or the cheap Chinese ones. So just put stone carving kit if you want the cheap ones on eBay, and it should come up. They're like £13, 14. There's multiple sellers. They've got a leather wrap. They come in a case. There's about 10 of them. There's no hammer, but they come in a case. Or if you want in these ones, the better quality ones, it's Southern Stone Limited, and you really want to watch the discount code video first, and there is a link in that description for them. But make sure you use the discount code because it's silly not to save some money. And actually, the more people use a discount code, you get more money knocked off. So if I can show that people are using it, they'll up the discount. I've not got some kind of deal with them. Every time someone buys them, I get money back. I don't do that with them. It's I prefer them to just give you guys a better deal. I'll just carve this. Best club, Everton. So tell me, how long has Sean Dyche got, or what's he got to do before David Moyes comes knocking? I think I'm right in saying you got Everton this weekend. Not Everton, you are Everton. Villa this weekend, and you really need some points. But Villa are a good team. So I reckon all the Everton fans what drop into the chat to give your team good luck, you should hit the thumbs up button in the top corner. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but Liverpool are magic, Everton are tragic. It's a good job I'm not an Everton fan. Can you hear the bells in the background? Are they coming through on the speaker, on the camera? It's bell practice at the church. To sharpen this chisel. So what I was saying actually about the Hazy Jane and the Green Mountain and bits, I had this idea. So we've got a couple of companies what are interested in not sponsoring the channel so much, but giving away discount codes with different, like the saw you've seen recently and the chisels. And I thought, I wonder if I could get it. So if each time I'm carving, I bring a different beer down with me, and we can have, and other people get used to what we're doing, and they say they come down and bring a beer with them and say, "Oh, I'm having a Hazy Jane. I'm having an Elvis juice. Oh, I'm having a, I don't know, I'm having a Hell's or a Shipyard, whatever it may be, or a whiskey, whatever. It's part of the chat. I wonder if I can get a beer club to give us a discount. So they send some free beer, and then you guys get a discount from like beer 52. Or there's companies out there where you sign up and they'll send you once a month a little crate with different types in, like Tiny Rebel. I wonder if we could do that. I think that'd be cool if I could get you all a discount. So it'd be like us all having a beer together on a Wednesday night instead of going to the actual pub, and we'd be all over the world. I mean, it doesn't have to be a beer. It could be a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. It could be non-alcoholic Guinness. It could be a nice glass of wine. It could be homebrew. I know I've got a friend who makes homebrew. Suffers of his mental health, poor fella. He's a proper nice chap. Always suffered. Lost his parents fairly. Well, he lost his dad fairly young, and it's just been difficult for him. So one year he was really struggling, and I kept trying to say to him, "Look, you need to get a hobby. You need to do this. You need to." He's got a really bad back. So he decided. He rings me up. I've decided to get a hobby, like you said, Matty. I'm going to start brewing my own. I said, "Oh, that's brilliant." So he started buying these kits, and he was brewing his own. He was brewing wine. He was brewing all sorts, and he loved it until he realised he's then just got to sit around and wait for it. So he sat around and waited for it for ages, dead excited about it, and then just drank himself stupid. He had that much ale, what he'd been brewing himself in his house, and wine and stuff. He couldn't give the stuff away. He just had so much of it. So he decided not to bother with that again. It wasn't the best thing, really. I'm going to ring it tomorrow. Make sure he's all right. Yeah, Connor's right. If you can hit me a thumbs up on there, it's that'd be great. YouTube like it. If we get a thumbs up, it means we're going to just advertise my channel to other people, and hopefully get more people joining the community. So people come along, stumble across it, and like everybody does, and they'll stay around. More people join the chat, more people join the community. The more and more it grows, the nicer it is for everybody. But we can't grumble at 30 thumbs up, let's be honest. The target is 10, so I can't grumble at that. Oh, I'm pushing it, aren't I? Wolf Tech. Just moving the camera. Bear with me. Thanks for the sub. Thanks, Connor, for doing that. I appreciate that. yeah, thanks for subscribing to the channel. I'm glad you like the content. Hopefully you've had a look around at some of the other bits I've got going on there. I'm going to make some more what I call proper videos. I'm not sure what the right word is, because I mean these are proper videos. These are lives, but it's where I take the camera, films. Oh, look, I've moved the camera to stop me hitting it, and straight away I've hit it. That's professional, that. And I'll sit and edit them together. So I bought a new camera. It got delivered yesterday. Tried it out today. Seems good. I've actually got a couple now. So I've got the Panasonic, which I've just bought, which is replacing my old Panasonic, which was very good. It just had a hard life with dust. And then Matty's loving Everton. Matty, if you love Everton, you've got to put a thumbs up on the stream. It's good luck. That's come all the way from Sean Dash. He said to me, "Look, my name's Matty as well." So he said, "Matty, you've got to get me some good luck." So that's what I'm on here for. So yeah, I've got a Panasonic camera, got a GoPro, which I'm still trying to get my head around a little bit. Got a new laptop, what we just spoke about. So it's a lot better at handling the editing software. And I've got a new printer. The printer's not really for the YouTube channel, but it's a good one now. I'm happy. Now, can I get away with not moving this this again? Wow! Oh, there's the lead. They are well worth it for the price. You're right, Bright. They are seriously worth it. So I'm going to be running a couple of charity events later this year for a couple of mental health charities, and then chisel kits there. I'm going to be buying them, and I'm going to be giving them away for all the people who attend the event, so they can take them away with them. I've been getting some lovely messages. I'm actually going to do a video about this, not tomorrow, but maybe Friday, about some of these lovely messages I'm getting from people who are suffering with a mental health. They were finding a little bit of comfort in carving, and it's taking the mind off things. So yeah, keep an eye out for that video. I'd really appreciate if you share it around, because if we can help a few people out, just to get a bit of a break. The mind's a very powerful thing. Once it gets hold, it's difficult. So if we can help a few people out with the channel with some carving, yeah, like I say, some of the messages I've been getting saying I'd have never thought about carving before, something I'd never considered, and then they stumbled across the channel, and they said your down to earth approach. They felt like they could have a go. So they've watched a couple of videos. They've bought some of these chisels. Some of them have bought some more expensive ones now. They've had a go, and all of a sudden they've bought a piece of stone from the garden centre. One person went out just to the garden and got a piece of stone. They've been carving away. 4 or 5 hours has gone by, and they've not had it. They've just been so engrossed in what they're doing. Them negative thoughts were not there, just so they got that little bit of respite. So if we can help some people out with that through the channel, yeah, I want to do that. I feel like it's I feel like something I want to do. I feel like something I need to do, actually. So when I make that video, possibly Friday, there'll be a couple of shorts to go with it. I would really appreciate all of you on the channel if you could share that around. We need to get that to as many people as we can, so they can find some comfort in stone. So stone is well known for giving off positive vibes and positive energy. So without sounding too much like I'm a hippie, which I'm not, but something about it. It's a very relaxing thing, just carving stone. All of you on here who's had a go, or even if you just watch the channel, it might not be relaxing listening to me rattle on, or Bob putting random things in the chat. but it's I think it is. I think there's something about it. I lose myself for many of hours just carving stone, putting my music on and carving. I don't do it so much now because obviously I'm with you guys. But it's good. Too much going on. It's really good to be creative and just grab something and just carve. Do I sell these? Yeah, I do sell a few. It's not too many. I don't take many commissions on. I've never done a Man City one though. So they're about £200. I can't think what the Man City badge fully is. Obviously, I can picture it, but I can't think of it fully. Pink Palm Puff. Love the name. Yeah, if you want to chat more about any commissions, I can't guarantee that I'm going to do them all because I don't like to take too many on, like I just said. But send me an email to TheStoneRanger 08@gmail.com. Not sure if Connor or Brian know that email and they can put it in the chat, but that'd be good. A couple of channel members on tonight, so they might be able to help out. I'm a new mason, been it for you now. Just mastering lettering. So I really only do lettering and bits and bobs now. I started off as a dry stone waller. So I get this out there straight away. I never went anywhere to learn carving or stonework. I'm just self-taught, so you'll probably see me make all sorts of criminal mistakes. I just enjoy it. So I used to do this as a full-time job, but like somebody pointed out to me, once I got rid of the business and got a new job, or sold up and got a new job, I'm now an amateur stonemason, which I quite like. I'm embracing that because it means I'm allowed to make mistakes and I don't have to be perfect. But one thing you will get from this channel, which you won't get from every other stonemasonry channel, all the advice here is free. Yeah, it's I love teaching myself like you. You do it in the yard. I just love it. So, but everything here, like I was saying, is free. All the videos are free. Any advice, send me messages. It's all given away for free. Every now and again, somebody will send a super thanks in, which helps, but it's not necessary. Connor sent me a super thanks last week before. There we go. There is the email. For anybody who's interested or anyone wants to talk about anything, you can just send me an email and I will get back to you. It might take me some longer than others, but I will get back to you. Somebody asked me yesterday, why am I called the Stone Ranger? Because I'm a stonemason and a Peak Park Ranger. Could not be happier with the name of the channel. I'm that happy. I'm trying to get it printed on a t-shirt. Black t-shirt, white writing, The Stone Ranger. I'd love it. Do you know, like them birthday cards? What make a noise when you open them? You don't see them much anymore. But if it could do the Lone Ranger theme tune, like my t-shirt, every time someone pressed it, that'd be amazing. I mean, it wouldn't actually, but it would be a bit of novelty. Your jaw literally dropped when you saw that art. Well, thank you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Stay around to see some more of the artwork. Maybe have a go yourself. Lots of videos on the channel to have a go. Do I have a favourite Everton player? I'm not an Everton fan. This is a commission for somebody. I'm a Chesterfield fan, but if I was to pick my favourite Everton player, I don't know many. So you've got Calvert-Lewin, and you've obviously got England #1, Jordan Pickford. I did like it when Rooney played for Everton, both times. Already done. Perfect. Yeah, that's right. Who else have you got? I'm sure I'm missing someone really obvious. Did Man United take Evans back off from Everton? I know he was there originally, but did he take? Did he take? Did he take Evans back from you? And now he's like a starter back again at Man United. He's got a new contract. He's mental. You've got poo on the wall. Oh no. Oh no. You can't say that about poor old Everton. Are you a Liverpool fan? By any chance? Yeah, the Toffees. That's what I know them as. The Toffees. What team do you support? You're going to send us some pictures of the. How long does it usually take to spin on the stone? So this takes about 6 hours start to finish. It's obviously a lot quicker when you're not doing it on YouTube. You could possibly add an hour to that with YouTube and stopping a little bit and reading comments and stuff. Don't mind that. Connie, you're going to send us some pictures in. So we can see some of you. I can show everyone in the community some of the pens you make. They are lovely. Brian would appreciate them. So anybody who's been having a go at stone carving, let's go back. So it was to DM9. What we like to do here at the TheStoneRanger, the community, they like to send pictures in of stuff they've been working on to the email address or on the Facebook or Instagram account. And then I just post it on the community so everyone else can see it and see what everyone's been working on. And we've had some amazing stuff posted on there. Some people have done incredible jobs. And another Brian only last week who's taught himself stone carving just from watching the channel, and he's just done himself a house sign, and it looks incredible. Did you all see that one he did in slate, what he bought from the garden centre? It looks incredibly good. Yeah, City. I've never been a massive City fan, but I liked them a lot more before before it all went. Well, how many charges he got against them now? 215 or something crazy. I think Newcastle have got to do it right, otherwise, obviously they're the richest club in the world. I honestly don't know how City have got away with that, really. Can I show you the different tools I use? I can show you a few, yeah. Let me just do this little bit and then we'll have a look. So while I'm doing this little bit, you do me a favour before I show you. You hit the thumbs up on the stream and then put a nice little like. Just hit the camera. Nice little subscribe on the channel, and I'll be right with you. Done and done. Nice, incredible. So I'm nearly there. I'm just bashing the hell out of that camera at the minute. I'm sorry. So close though. But if I move it, I'll be moving it back. Just right at the end on this scroll, nearly done. Then we're going to have to do these little bits. And we're motoring. We've nearly finished it. This can go in the post tomorrow. We'll get a wash. Then it'll get it out in the post. Get to this. Get to its new forever home. Which will be nice. Oh, nearly missed a bit. Almost there. I'll show you some tools I use. Just while I'm finishing up, I take my favourite number to carve. This was asked to me on a email. Number 5. Number 5 because it's got a bit of everything. It's straight lines, especially if you get a sans serif, do you call it, in the top corner. So if it comes round, it's nice. It's got the top bit, it's straight, and then it's got a curve. It's got everything in it. This is beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you don't mind, with a nearly on 40 thumbs up. I nearly swore then a little bit. Great work from India. Thank you. Well, that's a Dave actually. So tools. Should we start with hammer? This is my original hammer. This was bought 8 years ago. This is a 600-gram dummy hammer. Really nice. What I like about this hammer is you can grab it at the bottom of the shaft and you can really give it some to go with, or you can hold it at the top and you're just tapping away. Hopefully you can see that. Just tapping away on there. Yeah, really like this hammer. Great hammer. Next hammer, a nylon hammer. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give myself a bit of space here to show you these tools. So I've got nylon hammer. Love this hammer. Great. Little bit more about it. So when I'm tapping away and round, different noise, different sound, a bit more weight to it. Reason I use round hammers, especially for lettering, there's no edges. So if I was using a square hammer, I was lost concentration, and I was catch it on the corner, I catch it on the corner of the hammer, I could shoot off. So if the round consistent, I'm always getting a consistent blow on the edge of the hammer. It's never changing. So that's why I use these hammers. This hammer I made myself. Chisels. So we have 10mm, 6mm, 8mm, down to a 4mm. These are all tungsten tipped from a company in Devon, family-run company. Lovely people, Tim and Debs. They will do you a discount if you tell them you've been watching the TheStoneRanger. There's a discount code on here on this channel. Go and watch it if you're going to buy any. Great chisels, really like them, different shapes. Yeah, so these vary from about £14 up to like £25. There's all different types. These are Italian tungsten tipped in there, and I sharpen them. I mean, this has seen better days, but this is a diamond sharpening block. Desperately needs replacing. But I mean, there's lots of chisels on here. So these are the ones I'm using mainly at the minute. Keep them ones there. I can tell they're the ones I'm using because they're warm compared to the rest. Always keeping a dust brush, so I'm always dusting away. A little tip for you while you are marking out, I just use a normal HB pencil or whatever pencil I've got kicking about. Can use a Mason's pencil. I find it a little bit harder to get off scrubbing if I need to at the end if something's not quite right. So I use a HB pencil, but the way I get round it coming off really easy with the brush, I just have a little spray bottle, which is here. Spray bottle. Spray the water, spray it on. Dry stone, spray it lightly, mark it on your stencil with your pen, or draw it on by hand, and it'll draw the graphite in as it's drying out. And if you let it just kind of set on there for a little bit, it doesn't have to be too long, it'll not come off. Then I've always got next to me here a couple of squares when I'm marking out. You know what a square is. I've got a couple of compasses. This was a Christmas present from my mum. So that's always kicking them out. It's 3 or 4 of them. And then one thing a lot of people don't know about is a sintride file. So silicon carbide file, great. You're just rolling around the edges on there. These will last you a hell of a long time. For about £10, you can buy them as simple as eBay. Draper make them really good. I thought that was the price on there, but it's not. I was going to tell you that probably was at one point. They're great. So this is rounded off so I can get in the corner. So up here, for example, getting them round, and I've got the flat side. Really nice for putting a little chamfer on there on things. Other than that, here, what have I got? What I could show you? Not a lot. Just a few more hammers. There's a lot more chisels, and that's about it. Hopefully, that answers your question. Yeah, thanks, Connor. I appreciate that. So yeah, hopefully that's helped you out there. Any more questions? Fire away. Now we're doing this. Indirect donkeys. I like the name. Hopefully, we'll see you in the chat a little bit more if you're subscribed, which is always nice. We like a new subscriber. Yesterday, we actually got a new channel member, Tornado Chaser. I tell you what, you've missed. We've had people in the chat to the point where I've had to give Connor some power, Tornado Chaser power, to sort them out. All is okay with the universe. Tornado Chasers here. Connor's done a sterling job. Good question, Connor. Do I prefer to work on an easel or a? I don't know. It's tricky. It's completely two different things. So if I'm just doing this on my own and I'm not carving and I'm not doing it for YouTube, I generally just do it on my bench. Let's have some music on, just do it on my bench. But then while I'm doing it on my bench, I think, oh, kind of miss the easel. But when I'm on the easel, there's times when I think, oh, if I was doing that on the bench, it'd be a lot easier. I think what's easier on the bench is, yeah, we definitely had some Liverpool fans in the chat. We actually have a guy who continuously comes back nearly every time we're live to talk about, how do we put this? BBC workers of the 90s who have been disgraced. He likes to bring them up. I think that's a fair way to put it. Who turns out never fixed anything. Probably made it worse. Or definitely made it worse. So yeah. So yeah, it's I don't know, I like them both. But let's carry on this conversation because this one's important because I've been thinking about this. So I'm going to redo a tutorial on learning how to carve stone letters. And I'm going to film it on the new camera. I am going to do a live one, but I'm going to film it on my camera. I'm going to edit it together. And I've been thinking, so we need to go and get a piece of stone on this video. I need to teach how to carve letters on different types of stone. Can't just be perfectly flat and smooth like this. It's got to be all different types of stone. So I'm going to get 2 or 3 different pieces of stone. But you're not going to have an easel to carve on. So I'm going to have to do it flat on my workbench to show you me carving and how you carve on your workbench. Because you'll be just beyond your workbench. You're not going to have an easel. So that one will be on an easel. What one is? What is my mark? I don't actually have one. Do I do it for all the clubs? Yeah, at some point I will. Yeah, so I do. Yeah, a lazy Susan is a great thing on a workbench. I've not used mine for a little bit. Thanks, Bri, for bringing that up. I've not used it for a little bit because I broke it. A lazy Susan off Amazon for like £12. It's a great thing to have so you can just spin it around so you're not walking around, especially for the bigger pieces of stone. I used to work on some monstrous pieces, and you'd be surprised how much a lazy Susan can hold. So somebody there asking me, what's my mason's mark? I don't have one. I've never had one. And then someone brought this up again in the chat the other day, and I thought, well, maybe now is the time I should have one. And maybe it should just be the Stone Ranger. I should just put the initials for the Stone Ranger. Maybe I could do that somewhere on each carving. What else have I missed here? What is my mark? Is this natural stone? Yeah, this is Derbyshire Gritstone. Not a bad example, not a perfect example, but not a bad example. Yesterday morning, so that would be Sunday, this was just a lump of stone. So it's been cut, it's been polished, it's been shaped, it's been marked on, and now we're nearly there. So yeah, this is looking forward to the sounds up all our skills. What's this about irons? Do you do for this all the clubs? I will do it for all the clubs if everyone wants one at some point. I do plan on doing it for all the clubs at some point. What weight is this? This hammer, this mallet, 600 grams. Yeah, it's metal. 600-gram hammer, metal head. It's I've got a few different ones. Stopping as I work. So there's a few here. You can use a lot of them for teaching. There is a 400-gram one. Little dinky one in the back corner. Look. Little dinky hammer there. How often do they break? What, the carvings? Not very often. And like I was saying yesterday, someone, if I was on this last bit here, or say this bit, which will be my last bit, and it broke, I generally reckon that'd be my most viewed video to date. I reckon it'd go crazy because people love seeing other people fail. People get a lot of satisfaction out of people doing something and it going wrong. And we're all guilty of it. Epic fails. I've watched so many of them. Luckily, this doesn't happen very often. I think holding the chisel right, it's is the way. This is quite a chunky piece of stone. I've left this chunky because I don't know what the customer's going to do. They might build it into a wall. They might hang it. Might go in the garden. Might go in the house. They can request it. I can slim this down after I've carved it. Some of the stone I work on is extremely thin and could easily break. And I have broke quite a few over the years. None on alive. I did do one in a carving, which was for a Taurus, and I broke that, but we made it work. But there's two things to think about when you break a piece of stone. There's two ways to look at it. It is just a piece of stone. There's always another piece of stone, so not to worry about this piece of stone. You will probably see my little lip quiver for about a minute or so, but I'll get there and I'll go, it's only a piece of stone, Matty. Get another one. There's worse problems to have. The other way to look at it is if you're learning to carve, it's not actually a bad thing to break a piece of stone. And I was saying this maybe last night, the night before. When I'm teaching people to carve, one of the first things I'm doing is getting people. I'll come back to his comments. Don't worry. I'll get people to carve me a simple shape. Let's say a millstone, a circle with a hole in the middle, like a grinding wheel. The logo of the Peak District, which where I'm from, and I work as a Peak District National Park ranger. So it's a perfect thing for people to learn to carve on. So I get them to carve something like that. They're very nervous and they're tapping on this, and they kind of like going like this. I've had some people holding the hammer like this, and they don't get this V shape, and it's very shallow if they do. Some jobs have to be shallow, but it's very, very shallow if they do. And so then I start showing them, look, come on, give it some with the hammer. And then once they've started this shape, I say, right, really push it now. Let's properly give it some with the hammer. Because what you learn from breaking the stone, you learn how far you can push the stone, and actually you'll be surprised how far you can take a piece of stone before it breaks. So then that will give you an understanding of the stone, how it works, what its breaking point is. You've pushed it to its limit, which means you can push your carving to your limit, and how the depth changes. If you get something really deep and you get that shadow mark on there, it changes the whole thing. So I think that is a good important thing to always. It's a bit like when you have a car and you get prang when you've learned to drive. That's when you really start learning to drive. Some prangs are worse than others. I actually ran over a policeman, but another story for another day. So yeah, I think it is, and it gets you used to the hammer and giving it some. So I don't think it's always a bad thing to break a piece of stone. I don't know what you're thinking. That's a long-winded answer just to say it doesn't happen very often. But I like to tell people things. I like people to learn, if I can. A little bit of it's not a bad thing. That's what I'm trying to say. I'll stop at that before I just go on. So let's have a look. What have we missed here? Defo need a mace as mark. What weight is the mallet? Done that. Thanks. How often did the break? Done that. That's talent. Thank you, Ziggy. What is the least favourite part of stone to carve? How did I start learning? So let's do that. So least favourite part of carving when it's time to stop. Maybe you can really get in the zone. Now my least favourite part of carving. I came very close to falling out of love with carving, full stop. So this is a hobby now, but this used to be my full-time job. And when you're doing this every single day and you've got a waiting list of a year and the phone rings every day and people send messages more and more, which was brilliant. I built a business which was so successful, more successful than in my wildest dreams. I became a victim of my own success. Not just me, it was a team of us. It wasn't all me. And we were very good at it. I mean, as a team, we did really well. But I nearly fell out of love with it because I was just doing it so much. And I carved the word cottage a crazy amount of times. So I'm not in a massive rush to carve the word cottage. I could carve the word cottage blindfolded. One thing I used to do before I answer the next question, so we had about 40 products on our website, what would sell, and we'd have people making them. And then I'd do some commissions as well as make other projects. And one thing we used to do, every now and again, I'd get grumpy and be like, I don't want to make another bird bath. I don't want to do this. And I just need a bit of breathing space. So I'd just take myself off into my little workshop for an hour. I'd put my headphones in and I'd go and make something. And I'd go, look at this, I've made this. And my wife or the people who work with me, and they'll go, oh, that's nice. What about that? I'd take some pictures, I'd put it on social media. And without me realizing, I'd just created another product. So we see if we had 44 products before that, which is the same amount of thumbs up we've got on the live. By the end of the day, I had 45 products. What I'd just made turned into a product. So, yeah, that was a bad thing to do. So probably if I had to pick, the worst bit about it is carving the word cottage at the moment. That could change. I could think of something better. Or losing a chisel. I've lost a chisel at the moment. And I only have one of them chisels. I've had it a long time and I've misplaced it somewhere. Can't find it. That's pretty disappointing. So hopefully that answers that. Bro, you're so talented. How did you start learning? I'll come back to that. You're not right. We learn from our own mistakes. You're right. We can also learn from each other's too. Yeah, we definitely can. So it definitely does help out because, like Connor says, it helps out because on the next live, YouTube will then go, hey, the Stone Ranger and his community had a whale of a time on Monday night. all in thumbs up. Let's send some new people to join his community over. Let's promote his channel, which is great. Which means I can get you guys bigger discounts on more stuff. So we'll just quickly talk about discounts, and then I'll tell you how I got started. Greeting from Austria. Lovely work. Got to a lot of stone carving in my region. Nice. Never been to Austria. I'm going to say that a lot over the years if you're part of the community, because my wife particularly doesn't like flying. I managed to get to Paris last year, which was a massive start, and we are looking at somewhere to go in January. I've always wanted to go on holiday in January. January blues and all that. Let's just get out of the country. You're an Everton fan, JB. Well, great to have you here. Thumbs up on the live is going to give you boys and Sean Dyche some good luck. Help you out on that relegation battle. Can you do that? How did I start carving? So I'm going to go back to that. Are you still on? Let me ask if you're still on before I go through this. Where was it? Can't see it. Was it Daz? We need it. You definitely do need it, I'm afraid. Give up a name. Yeah, so you're still here. Perfect. So how did I start learning to carve? So I was, sorry if you've heard this before. So I was a dry stone waller, young man, young family, young daughter. I had my daughter very young. And I've got 3 boys, step boys as well. Young man, learning to dry. I was a dry stone waller, not really done any stone carving before, but watched my dad carve a little bit of stone, but mainly wood, if I'm honest. He's very good with wood. So I'm carving away, I'm building away these dry stone walls. And if you've ever built a dry stone wall, you don't get paid unless the copers are on. And I wasn't confident enough to say to this customer who had said to me, is there any chance you could postpone finishing the wall for me at the minute, because I want to get a house plaque put into the wall. So so you can't finish the wall, you can't get the copers on. And my brain was, I won't get paid unless the copers are on. That's how it works. That's the rule. Could have just said to this customer in hindsight, now I'm older and a bit braver, that's fine, but can you pay me where I'm up to now? Because I've got bills to pay. And I didn't. So what I said was, I'll do the stone carving for you. But they didn't have anyone to do it at the time. They were going to go and find someone. I'll carve your house sign. I said, oh, no problem. So they just presumed I could do it because I was working with stone, and I gave across this confident thing. Yep, I'll do it. So I got the name, got it on a piece of paper, asked a couple of questions, went home, printed it off on Word, the simple Word text, Pritt stick to the back of a, it could have been a pizza box, or it could have been a cereal box, it could have been a 12-pack of Coca-Cola, can't remember, and it was thin card like that, do you know, that brown card you have in a pizza box, super glued to the back, Stanley knife, cut it all out. Went, I knew where there was some good stone at the time, so I went and got this piece of stone, what a local builder had, got that off him, went to my workshop and got a lovely set of Draper wood chisels and absolutely ruined them. But I had a house sign, painted it hammerite black, carved it, sent it to the customer. Really happy with it. So we've done it. Next door neighbour of the customer wanted a house sign. Did that one. And then and then the strangest thing happened is the local driving instructor passed away, unfortunately. Polish fella, and his family said to me, would you carve him a headstone? I just said yes. And literally the rest is just history. 8 years later, and in that 8 years, we built a business, carving stone. I've been learning on the job and doing it and just gone for it. Ship stuff all over the world, carve stuff for amazing people, crazy jobs for crazy people all over the world, and then sold up, and now part ranger, now teach it. So it's a bit of a crazy 8-year story, but it worked, and I would do it all again tomorrow. It was crazy, and all I did was just generally follow gut instinct with it all. I just followed gut instinct. But I had one thing what was always on my side. Not only did I always have great support from my family, one thing I did have is dyslexia. So I'm dyslexic, and dyslexia generally is my superpower. Without that, I wouldn't have achieved any of it because it gave me this ability to just understand Carving Stone and just go for it. So I've just rolled with it from there, really. I told this story in a lot more detail. Um, there's a lot more detail to go into that about how Stone generally honestly saved my wife's life, saved my marriage. Um, my wife was very ill with a depression. So there's a lot more detail I could go into there. I won't do, not tonight, maybe one day. But I told the story in a lot more detail to a group what was suffering at work, a charity group what came, and they were all struggling with their mental health. And I sat with them for half an hour, told them the whole story. And it is kind of crazy when you say it out loud. But yeah, there's a lot to it. Makes I'm sure you will get to that point one day. Just keep going with it. Just the universe has got a plan. Just positivity, manifest stuff, positivity, and let's go for it. And if you're struggling at a time, like this channel, the Stone Ranger channel with all the amazing people in there, if you're having that moments of doubt, because we all get them, absolutely all get them, just come on here and have a chat. It's okay to doubt yourself. Don't bottle it up. It's got to be okay to doubt yourself. I'm a part range now, like I said in the chat already, with why you've been on. So I've been doing that 18 months after selling up, and I'd made a little world for myself being dyslexic. It was my world, it was my bubble. It didn't matter. I'd put stuff in place, it didn't matter. And I took myself out of that to become a part ranger. And there isn't a day go by where there's a moment in that day where I think I'm well out of my depth, or I shouldn't be doing this. But it keeps me going, keeps me pushing, and thinking makes me better and better and better at it. But it's okay to imposter syndrome. That's what I get. I get imposter syndrome. I think it's kind of healthy. Saw an interview of Ricky Hatton. What said they said, "Do you get nervous before you go in the ring?" He said, "Of course I get nervous. I'm terrified. Like if I'm not nervous and I'm not giving it my best and I'm getting cocky and I'm like I'm going to take it for granted, and that's when I should give up because I could get hurt. I'm a boxer. I get hit in the head, so I'm meant to be nervous. It's so yeah, it's good to be nervous. It's good to doubt yourself because it keeps you on your toes. What did we miss? Off to work now. Catch you another time. Thank you. Nice one, dude. You've made my day by tuning in and hitting subscribe. Made in Hinder. Thank you, Connor. Stumbled across the beautiful stream. Keep on the. Yeah, well, oh, yeah, have a good day. Hopefully, we'll see you again soon. We've got 48 thumbs up. If we could get to 50, amazing. Have a good day at work. Who else we've got? Stumbled at Redhead. It's stumbled across. You're going to do some. Yeah, well, watch the channel. There's plenty of videos on there. So there's not many of you left on. 27. Good cheap chisel set. Thank you. Honestly, make great job too. It's nearly finished. Nearly finished. I'm glad you appreciate it. glad you've seen it finished now. Nice, thank you, Peter. So just before I go, because it's 20 to 10, like I say, work in the morning, I want to tell you again, one more time, so if anyone in the chat, if you're buying any tools for stonework or carving or cutting or anything, please don't do so before checking out the channel, because there is discount codes on there what are going to save you money. There's Evolution Power Tools. There's a stone saw on there that I've done a review on, which will go on a proper video. It's a little short on there, offering you a discount code. And it is a good saw. I'm going to be honest, it is not as good as the cordless DeWalt. The cordless DeWalt is an amazing saw. It's got two 54 amp hour batteries. You pick it up, it's light, you go to it, and it works amazing. The Evolution saw is not as good as that. But what the Evolution saw is a fraction of the price. The DeWalt saw cost me £1,000. The Evolution saw with the discount code will be less than £300. There's a massive difference. You can't expect it to be the same price. That's like comparing Wagyu beef steak to a piece of ribeye from the co-op. So there's going to be a difference, but it's a good saw for its money. So if you're in the market for a saw, go and have a look at that. Use a discount code, TheStoneRanger. Chisels, again, go and look. If you're buying chisels from Southern Stone Limited, use a discount code. More people that like the channel, the more people that share it around, the more discount codes I can get for you. And I'm going to be honest, Evolution offered me a discount, offered me kind of a percentage. He said, for every saw that's sold, we'll give you 5%. I said, no, just give the guys a bigger discount. I don't want it. I want you guys to have a bigger discount. How close have we been to finished here? This is crazy. 50 likes, 51 likes. That's incredible. Another good stream. We've had another good night. So no carving tomorrow night. Five-a-side football tomorrow night. And then I'm hoping to get down here on Wednesday. Yeah, hoping to get down here again on Wednesday to do the anniversary carving. I'm very nervous about the anniversary carving. 2 reasons why. I've been laminating the stone and the slate over a couple of days. The first piece of glue I did it with, no, just didn't take it all. I just used the wrong glue completely. And do you know, I knew it. I absolutely knew it. 10 minutes after doing it, I just had this light bulb moment thinking, why have you used that glue? It's just completely the wrong glue. So then I had to start again. So I've glued it. And I've really slimmed the slate down. I can see a slight crack in the slate. But you do get cracks and flaws in slate. It's common. So, and I've put a lot of effort into shaping and polishing and the slate. So I'm still going to go for it because there's a chance it's going to work. There's also a chance you're going to see an epic fail live on YouTube. But we'll go for it. It'll just show everybody it's not always perfect. It's not Blue Peter. It's not one we made earlier. It's just me and a hammer and a chisel and an iPhone, pretty much. Oh, and a set of AirPods, which need cleaning because Tornado Chaser told me to buy a new mic, which I did look at today. The link you sent me was in French. And my French is, I don't know any French. I actually did German at school. But I went to my local shop today, local, Chesterfield, to get the new printer and then look at mics. I might just try and clean the AirPods a bit, if I'm honest. But I'm hoping the sound's been good tonight. You can translate. I know you're French. That's why I didn't question it when you did it. In time, I can't find a link to the Rangers code for the latest. There isn't. So you've got a little bit of wrong information there. The code for the chisels is for the tungsten tip chisels. I tried to get you a discount code for the leather ones, but the Chinese company won't provide them or not interested. Even though I must have done wonders for their sales, they won't provide me with one. I'm sorry, it's unfortunate, but I have tried. But if you want to buy a couple of these chisels and get you a discount code on these, there is a discount code and it's on the channel now. But the leather wrap ones, unfortunately, I can't get you a discount code for. I have tried. To be honest with you, to the point, they've stopped returning my messages. But they are still fairly cheap. I mean, let's be honest, 10% discount on a set of £13 chisels, what, £1.30? It's £1.30 is still £1.30. I appreciate that, especially the Labour government with the winter fuel allowance. But no, I did try. So I should have stopped carving by now, but I am so close. I feel it'd be rude not to just finish this little bit. Oh, thank you. New person in the chat trying to drum up some likes. I like that. Double like. Tornado Chaser, no carving tomorrow. I'll be back Wednesday. I'll play five-a-side tomorrow. For any reason, if it cancelled, I will come carving. I'll send you an email. Say, look, I'm going carving Tornado Chaser. Don't make any plans. 51 likes is impressive. I'm super happy with that. That's our third highest ever. So we go 51, third on the list. 53, second on the list. We are close to that, actually, thinking about that. 82, top of the list. Nowhere near. But 51, amazing. Well, the problem is if I don't play five-a-side, I'll have to do something else what's sporty. Because releasing some endorphins, playing five-a-side is great. It's good to communicate with people what are at a physical form rather than looking at a screen. And also, it means my waistline doesn't get bigger and bigger and bigger. So I told you all the. So I was going to say to you, I told you all I got a new tattoo, didn't I, not long ago? So I got a fern, which is it was a cover up actually. I had a terrible tattoo done when I was 18 in Blackpool. Silly idea, but you kind of do these things, don't you? I don't regret it. But I did it. So I've had it covered up now. I'm 37. Finally got around to it. And I had it covered up with a fern. A fern is a sign of a fresh start, new hope, positivity, which I love. But I'm thinking I'm building a selection of tattoos along on my arm. I like tattoos. My nan would be turning in her grave if she heard me saying this now because she was dead against tattoos. But I like them. So I've been talking to my daughter's massively into Greek mythology. So I was saying, like, I'm going to put all the things I like on this arm. It's going to be mainly flora and fauna. That's what I like. I might sneak a little animal in there, do you know, like a little ladybird or a caterpillar on the leaves at some point. But one thing I'd like to get in there in the shape is Hephaestus. Have we heard of Hephaestus? Hephaestus is the god of craftsmanship, so the god of stonemasonry. But it sounds really cool. His story's a little bit more tragic than that. He was that ugly they chucked him off the cliff. So it's not all brilliant, but he was good with a hammer, so we'll take that. So I might try and sneak a Festus in there if we can. But lots of flora and fauna. You'll see it develop as it comes to life, because you'll see it on my arm as I make different videos. I'm not a Freemason, but I did once have a really positive conversation about becoming a Freemason. So the shop we had and run doing the carvings, there was this gentleman who came from like, it wasn't Manchester, outskirts of Manchester, like Stockport way. He used to, I think it was in Stockport or Glossop, maybe the Freemason place was in Stockport. So anyway, around outer skirts of Manchester. And he came to the shop like 4 or 5 times. First time he came, didn't really say much, just kind of wandered around and chatted to me. I made him a cup of tea. We were always making people coffee and tea. And then he came again and again. And then he told me he was a Freemason. And by the 5th time, he asked me if I wanted to join, or he would nominate me to join. So it wasn't a done deal. He would nominate me to join. They didn't have any actual stonemasons in. They didn't have many young people in. And he was going to nominate me. And he told me all this stuff about it. And I was actually fairly tempted because they look after you. But I didn't have enough time. I was running the business. I didn't have enough time and things. I always left it very open that I could go back to him and talk to him. I've misplaced his number now. But if it's meant to be, I'm sure he'll turn up again in my life. Or someone will. Yeah, it wasn't a done deal. So I could have got blackballed. He's back. He's back right at the end. Look, nearly finished, and you've told your friends. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you for that. So we're on the road to 10,000. So if you've told your friends, that takes us a little bit closer. So yeah, just finishing that off, Connor. I'm not a Freemason. I might never have got in, but I did get offered a chance to be nominated once. I did do a little bit of research on it. I watched a few videos about this. I mean, it's a strange set. I can't explain it. I generally can't explain what a Freemason is, or how it's so secretive. Even when you get in, they're asking people straight there on camera, looking straight at you. I still don't have a clue what it's about. They are like politicians that you like, which is strange on its own. They said, open account here. You've got £3 million in your bank account. How have you got £3 million in your bank account? Been a Freemason, and they said they made it from coffee mornings. I mean, that's a hell of a coffee morning. That Victoria sponge must be something else. Maybe they're putting something in the Victoria sponge, so people are donating loads. Can you remember, Brad? Can you remember that guy? I know financially look after each other. So let's just say thanks to Wolf Tech. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for inviting your friends. Hopefully they subscribed. If they want to click on the thumbs up button, so the most thumbs up I've ever got on a live stream, not on an actual video. We've got a couple of thousand on the other videos, but on a live stream, third place 52. That is tonight. Second place is 53, which was a couple of weeks ago, and then 83 was last week. But we are 2 away from breaking our to coming into second place. So if your friends are here and they want to hit a thumbs up on the channel so we can officially have this as second place, that'd be amazing. So we need to get to 54 to break it. We can join it at 53, but if we can get to 54, that would be incredible. And we're done. We are done. I'll just I'm going to neaten it up a little bit in places off camera, just because it's easier when the camera's not in the way. Just down here, for example. So for all the Everton fans who've watched me carve this, I hope it brings you good luck. I hope you're out of a relegation. But 53, one more thumbs up, and we've broken it. So yeah, I hope this brings you a little bit of good luck. I hope you are not in a relegation battle. I don't know who will be there in your place. I'm rooting for Sean Dice because he's a Chesterfield fan. Well, he's a Chesterfield, I say fan, he does go and watch odd game, but he used to play for Chesterfield. He was in that amazing cup run. So I'm rooting for him. All the Liverpool fans that have been in the chat and said boo to Everton, I'll carve you a Liverpool one soon, so all the Everton fans can go and give you some grief. There we go, 54 thumbs up. We have officially got into second place there. Oh, I've turned the light on too early. That's done. Let you have a little close up. I hope you all like it. Everton crest on a piece of Derbyshire gritstone. A little bit closer. So that's off to its new home. And I will be back on, what day will I be back? I'll be back Wednesday, I think. So I will be back Wednesday, and I am carving. So let me just stick this on here so I can show you quickly. Hopefully that'll stay. So I'm going to be carving this. This here is a piece of 1920s Welsh slate that I've polished. I've laminated to it. You can see how slim that slate is. I've taken that right down. I've had to split that from I think it's 44 mil. That's it. So I've laminated it to a piece of Derbyshire gritstone. So it's on there. I'm going to carve on here. Birds Flying High, you know how I feel. Which is the opening line from Nina Simone's Feeling Good, which will be my, yes, you were right, Ryan, but you had a little bit of inside information. You notice I didn't reply straight away. Feeling Good by Nina Simone, my first dance, and as I carve through this, it'll expose that stone. A little bit nervous, like I said earlier, there's the odd little flaw in this slate, but it's beautiful, and I've put some time into it, and I've been polishing it, so I'm still going to give it a go. So yeah, Wednesday night, be around for that. You might see an epic fail live on the TheStoneRanger. Hopefully not. Fingers crossed. Hopefully not. Okay, right. Thanks everyone for joining. 53 thumbs up. I thought we had 54. We've got 53. Yeah, it's been great. Loved it. Thanks, Connor, for taking over on the moderator. Tornado Chaser will be back, I'm sure, to stake his claim on that. Yeah, thank you all. See you soon. Thank you.